Hey everyone, I'm going to be taking you through how to register your child for activities, how to upload physical documents, and all of those different things that are going to be required for the 2026-2027 school year. This is going to take the place of any hard copy paperwork that you've been turning in the past. All the paperwork is still going to be required, so your SWAY concussion testing for your child, a physical every 3 years, interim history form, which is done in years where physical is not required. You're going to need to agree to the activities handbook, and you're going to need to sign the medical consent form as well. So to get this process started, you'll either follow the link that was sent in the email to you, or you can go to gobound.com/South Dakota. And in this search tool right here, we're just going to type in Aberdeen Roncalli, and our school will pop up. And once it does, we're going to click on it, and it'll take you to our schools page. Now, you're going to want to at some point get familiar with this because it does have our activities calendar that's going to include, again, this is where if you go to the aberdeenroncalli.org website and you click on the activities calendar, this is the page it will take you to. It's going to include all special events, all activities that we have for the year. There's a way to filter it. I'm not going to go through all of that today just because I want this to really focus on our activities registration. So to do the activities registration, you'll hover over this registration toggle and click on activities. For me, it takes me directly to my family portal because I created an account to work with. What you will need to do is it will take you to a place where you can create your own account. And really, it's a simple process. But what I'm going to do is this is now my family's portal. Okay. What I could also do is I could try logging out, creating a new account to take you through. Unfortunately, it's always going to take me directly back to this account. So on my family page, you're going to notice that I have a fake child on here. What you'll do is you're going to have to add children. Now, if your son or daughter played in some type of sport last year or in years prior, they're already going to be up on this website. You'll still have to search for them, and then you'll just claim them as your own. What I could also do is I could add more guardians to my family account. I can also add more children to my family's account. Okay, so let's say that I want to register my child for an activity after I claim them. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on register for activity. Now make sure that you are choosing the 2026-2027 school year, otherwise it's not going to be available for you. So if I click on 2026-2027 school year, we're going to have 12 different activities that your child is able to register for. Now, on the right-hand side, you're going to see that it says free. You do still need to pay your registration fees. Those are all still on final site. Varsity Bound has an option to pay through here, but since we're using final site, we wanted to avoid any extra payment sites. So that is why it says free. Remember, it is not free. You still need to pay your registration fees through final site. Well, let's say that I want to sign my child up for boys tennis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on boys tennis. I'm going to select the child that I want to register. And I'll continue the registration process. So this is again, it's going to say free. It is not free. That will be paid on final site when those dues, those billings are due. So the registration is getting started, and it'll take me to this process. So you're going to see I am already 7 steps in. Now I'm going to go all the way back to the start so that you can see what that process is like. So first, we just have to fill out basic information on our child. So first name, last name, date of birth, gender, graduation year. This is important because then it keeps that child on our system through their graduation date. So please make sure you get the correct registration or graduation year. You're going to be using, it's nice because it says the year next to them. Make sure you are using the grade that they would be in during the 2026-2027 school year. So I'm saying that my child is a junior graduating in 2028. I'll click there and I'll go to the next step. Contact information. We're going to have to put our student's school email in there, our student's phone number. So this is for our student. This is not the parent's information. This is for the student. Okay, that is step 2. Once we hit next step, then it takes us into just some attributes that we're going to include. The reason we ask potentially for height is some programs do require height, whether that's football, volleyball, basketball. It does ask for height. It is not required that you put it in. What we do ask you to do is your shirt size, your child's shirt size. Reason for that is as we plan uniforms, as we order apparel, having this on our website it's just a time saver. So you're going to put your child's shirt size and short size, and we'll go to the next step. And it takes us to the emergency contact. So this is where you would put maybe it's yourself, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it is an aunt or uncle, a grandparent, whoever it might be, but emergency contact information. And then it will take us into medical information. You're going to need to check mark that you give consent for your child to be transported to hospitals to go through any treatment if they sustain something. And it does ask for insurance information. If you do not feel comfortable putting your insurance information down, you do not need to. You can see I just typed in none for all of this information. For insurance provider, policy number, allergies, none. Current medications, none. Other medical information that we might need to be aware of, none. Okay, you can choose if you would like to put in your healthcare providers, and then you will need to sign at the bottom and the date that you signed. Again, go to next step, and we're going to go to guardians. This is where you will probably already be pulled up, but if you want to add another guardian, this would be the place where you do it. You can update the information. Mine was last updated earlier this week. Oh, you can update it, or if everything looks good for your shared guardians, if let's say it's a split household and you want to make sure that both parents are on there, just make sure that you include that other parent as well. We go to next step, and this is where we get into our documents. So this is really the part that I want to take some time to go through. So as we upload documents, again, your physical, activities handbook, SWAY concussion testing, interim history form, and medical consent are the 5 things that are required. And your ability or your child's ability to participate in their activity is all dependent upon all of these forms getting turned in. So when it is a year that you need to complete a physical form, again, that is every 3 years, you can go to this resources link, and it will take you to the physical form. Now, your physical form, along with your interim history form and your medical consent, this is all on one document. Okay, this is all going to be on one document. It is the athlete's physical exam form, and it's through the state. So what you will do is you will print off this packet. Okay, you will print off this packet. Now, this physical is found on pages 11 and 12. This is what your doctor, your physician, would fill out. Again, this is only to be completed in years when a physical exam is given. So this is what your doctor would be filling out, and you would upload a picture, or you would upload this, you would scan it, and submit it. Okay, you would submit your form through here. You can browse as you save it in, whether it's your phone, whether it is a document on your computer, but you would browse and you would submit it through here. Okay, notice how there are two different ones because we have to upload both pages 11 and 12. If you need to leave any notes for the school staff, you would do so. Physical examination date is incredibly important that you get this accurate. The reason is every year, every student that receives a physical is automatically updated into our system. And it says how many days are left. So each physical lasts for 3 years, so 1,095 days. You notice how we have an amount of days left and whether a physical is still good to go. Well, for a physical to be good to go into the next school year, it has to be less than 300 days. You're going to see where some are expired, some have so many days left, some are expiring in 1 day. So that is why it's important that you put the correct physical date down on that. Okay? I'm going to close out of this. When we go to the SWAY concussion testing, these are instructions. So this takes you to what you will be doing or your child will be doing when they have to go through their concussion testing. This is used in case that your child sustains a head injury during the course of their season. This is just their baseline. Their baseline to determine if after a head injury they are cleared and ready to return to play. Well, because this is actually going to be done on your child's phone or some type of device, you actually won't submit anything. What you will do instead for the SWAY concussion testing is you simply have to state the date and you have to sign it. That's it. Okay? Your child has to sign it as well. There's nothing that needs to be uploaded. Now, we receive confirmation once that testing is done. So please make sure that you are completing that testing. Again, all this needs to be done prior to your child being allowed to participate in their activity. If activities start on August 3rd, all paperwork, all information must be done by August 3rd. Interim history form. This is only going to be done when your child does not need a physical. So if your child received a physical last year, their physical carries over. So what you would need to do is you would need to fill out page 10 of that same document from earlier and upload that. Okay, this is our reference document. Again, we would just be filling out page 10 for the interim history. If your child's physical needs to be updated this current school year, you wouldn't need to complete this form because you would only be focused on the physical itself. So again, this form, page 10, is what needs to be uploaded in years when no physical is given. All right. Medical consent would be on that same document, and then our activities handbook. Our activities handbook is another agreement. You do not need to upload it, but we do strongly encourage that you read through this. This was updated this year to kind of go through some of our missions, our values, what we hope to accomplish as an athletic and activities program, what we offer, but it also gets into parents and sportsmanship, how you are expected to communicate with coaches and advisors, what happens when we go overnight for various travel, our school attendance policy, our activities and athletics attendance policy, and the importance of being at practices. So it goes through all this information. Your role, your job with this is simply to read and maybe make notes of questions that you have, or if there's something that you don't agree with, that is something that you need to reach out, or a reason that you wouldn't sign this. It also discusses our academic eligibility policy, which was updated during the fourth quarter of this past school year. So this is different than what was on last year's activities handbook. So again, reading through so that you understand what our academic eligibility policy is, our code of conduct for any training violations due to use of alcohol, marijuana, smoking, anything that would be illegal in any sense of the way for our students to take part in. So again, this activities handbook is something that you would read through, and once it's read through, you would date it, you would sign it, your child would sign it. Then we can move on to the next step. Notice how it will not let me move on until I have uploaded this. It will not let me move on until all this is uploaded. And once all that is uploaded, we'll be able to complete our steps and finish registering our child for an activity. So that is the process that you will be following. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. This is new for everybody. It's new for me as well. So I know we're going to have questions, but go through this video. There are some instructions in the email that was shared with you all as well. That link, which looks like this, is basically a read-through handout of everything that I just explained. So again, use the resources that you have at your disposal as you sign your child up. And if you have questions on whether your son or daughter needs to get a physical for this year, please reach out. And we look forward to an incredible 2026-2027 school year, a year of great success for our athletic programs, our activities, and can't wait to get started this fall.